Hey guys, Josh here. Today I'm going to cover a guide on how to obtain gold keys from shade burning. These are used to get Necromancer kits and shade skulls, which are purely cosmetic items and can be added to, I think it's Dagon High Armor for the kits, and magic staves have the shade skull added to them. Firstly, the only really real requirement for this is 80 Firemaking, and that is to burn magic Pyre logs, as magic Pyre logs are the only logs that can be used to obtain the gold keys. Along with the magic Pyre logs, you must use Fiyr remains. Not sure how to properly say that. They are the most expensive of the shade remains. You can kill the shades in the shade catacombs, or alternatively buy them on the GE. I've bought 1,000 of both the logs and the remains to use to show you guys roughly what you can expect from 1,000. I'll go through the guide first, and at the end I'll show you the end loot. What to wear? The main you can do it without wearing anything in particular. However, there are several items that help a lot. Firstly, the Morytania Legs. These are from the Morytania task set. I've got the 4 from the Elite, however the Morytania Legs 3 do just the same. They add an XP bonus, which I'll put a link in the description with the various bonuses and whatnot. However, they add a Firemaking bonus. I believe it's 200 XP per log added, as well as more chance of a gold key. I believe, or on the Wiki page it says that without them it's usually 1 in 50, and that the legs bring it down to 1 in 15 to 1 in 20, so a very good increase, so I wouldn't recommend doing it without these. And the last couple of items, the flame gloves and the ring of fire, which are from the fired up minigame. These add, I think it's a 5% or something along those lines, a 5% increase in fire making. So not massive, but you know, a little bit of XP can't go to waste if you've got them, that is. If you don't, then not necessarily recommending you to go and do it purely to burn the shades. Draken's Medallion. If you teleport here, it shows you the options. Berg de Rot, now that is pretty much where you teleport to. The Draken's Medallion is obtained from the branches of Dark Maya quest, and when you teleport to Berg de Rot, if you run out of charges, you recharge it right at the spawn point, more or less, so that is very handy. Alternatively, you can use a games necklace, and with the temple trekking, rewards, you can have a Berg de Rot option as well. And to bank, there's a bank right near the Berg de Rot teleport point. Otherwise, if you use a games necklace, you can of course just teleport to Games Grotto with the necklace, or have a dungeoneering ring in this spot here, or any other way you want, really. Let's see, now we can get on to filling up the familiar. So you don't need these are just pretty much the items I've got. You don't need a summoning pot, as there is a summoning obelisk close to where you burn the shade, so it's quite convenient. So really just necklaces if you're using them, beast of burdens to carry extra supplies, and obviously the remains and the pyre logs. I have 1,000 of each. I have the keys in another tab as to not ruin sort of the drop rate just yet, but by the time you guys watch this, all 1,000 would have been done. Now how I go about it, so if we summon the yak, the way I find best to fill the yak, so you have 14 of each. Now don't just dump them 14 and 14. I find that, so you do 5 and 5 and then the rest, This is because when you use them, if you use the ones in your inventory, half your inventory will be filled with keys. If the first half of your yak is filled with logs, when you get the if you click here to take the items, you're going to end up with the rest of your inventory purely logs. This way, if I go like this, see, it mixes it all up, makes it a lot easier, so you don't actually have to go into your yak like this to get them all out. So let's just put these back in there. Oh, and there we go. Yeah, that'll do. And fill up the rest of my inventory. Alright, so we're at the Bankenberg Dorot now. We run north, which you will soon see. I will time it from starting with a full yak and full inventory now till I rebank and get a full inventory again. So let's go. So we just run up here. Now the summoning obelisk is just up here on the left, in case you need a recharge to renew your yak or tortoise or your whatever beast of burden you have. Now use the log, then the remains, you light it. Now you can only light one at a time, so just wait for that, and here we go. Now while this one lights, loot the other one and set this one up again. Light it and loot the other one. Simple as that, and nice and repetitive, just like a lot of other stuff on RuneScape. So we'll just finish this inventory off. So there we go, guys. Took just under 5.5 minutes. I do know that other ways of teleporting can get you there in about just over 5 minutes, but it's really nice not having to worry about recharging the teleport. As you can see, it says, due to the short nature of your teleport, the medallion does not use a charge. So it's more or less unlimited teleports for just doing this. It'll range anywhere from 5 to 6, depending on what teleports you use, how fast you're clicking, and all that sort of thing, misclicks, and especially long term, you know, over an hour where you might AFK. So on a basis, we'll go at, say, if you say 10 inventories an hour, about 280. You can look, depending on what items you have, you'll get a minimum of 112k Firemaking and 28k Pyre, and a maximum of roughly 180k Firemaking, going at 10 inventories an hour. So it's not all bad. You can get rewards and you get XP at the same time. It is quite nice how you can get, on top of the Firemaking, you do get 100 Pyre per remains, which is quite nice. Now the possible loots that you may have seen, you can get cash. This is the cash I've made from it so far, 110k, nothing major, it's only a few k each time. and well, the keys have gone in a different inventory, different tab. But there is silver keys, and they go from rare, the most common red, then brown, crimson, black, and purple. Purple is the rarest of the silver keys. However, you're not after these ones, as it's the gold that has the best loot, and that should really be what you're doing this minigame for, as other than getting those cosmetic items, there's not really much benefit of it. So we're done with all the shade burning now, so now it's on to show you the loot. Now from 1000 keys, 589 400 coins, and here are the keys. So it was quite I was quite happy with the amount of gold keys I got, obviously. They said, I think there was 15 to 20, like a 1 in 15 to 20 chance of getting a gold key, and with 78, that is, I think it's around 1 in 12 to 1 in 13, so it did turn out to be a bit better than they than the average, which is, you know, very nice. And also, I think earlier I said that the order was purple, black, red, brown, then crimson. I'm not sure, but as you can see here, that quite obviously shows the order from rarest to most common. Note that the loot is the same, but yeah, that the purple just gives a better chance of the better loot you can get from silver keys, and obviously with the crimson one you'll get most of the crap. So from here, the next stage is to loot the chests. So that pretty much wraps up this part of the road to get the Necromancer Robes, and with the Necromancer kits and the Shade Skulls. So there will be a video following this, detailing where to open the chests and information on all that. Of course, read the description. I'll put a lot more information in there, links, or the website, pretty much the wiki page with a lot of helpful information. But until next time, guys, take care.